Christian Yoga Studio. We're going to do some yoga today. Are you ready? Let's stand up. We're going to start by standing and we're going to step our feet wide apart. We're going to do some breathing exercises to get us moving, to get us all warmed up and into our practice. So we're going to start with breath of joy. And what we do in breath of joy is we bring our arms out and then up, taking breaths in and inhale as we do that. And then exhaling and throwing it back. And we're going to bend the knees. We're going to throw the breath back. All right? So to do that, standing tall, straightening the legs. We're going to inhale and then exhale and make it loud. Exhaling with a loud ha. Inhale. Exhale. Throw it back. Good job. Exhale. Good job. One more. Throwing it back. Wonderful. All right. Let's do another one. So just like we were, the legs straight. We're going to bring our hands together in prayer. So this is called prayer pose with the hands. When we bring the palms together and we rest them right here in front of our heart. This is heart center. And now we're going to be a volcano. So just imagine that lava bubbling there under the surface in the volcano. We're going to inhale. And then we're going to let the lava out with a loud breathe the arms, making a V with the arms. And then bring it back in. Inhale. Rumble, 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 rumble. I think the volcano's going to burst. Good job. Do that again. Bringing it out, making a V with the arms. Like a volcano. And erupt. Good job. All right. Bring the hands back down. Now we're going to just change a little bit with the legs. So we're going to pivot so that the insides of the foot is facing forward. So if you've ever taken ballet, this is called the plie stance. And now we're going to be flowers. We're going to reach our petals up to the sky. And then we're going to exhale. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to sit down and we're going to sweep the arms in front of the legs. Exhale. Inhale. Straighten the arms and the legs. And then exhale. Sit down. Good job. Good sunflowers. And exhale. Sit. Good job. And now we're going to be a different kind of flower. So straighten the arms and the legs and be a moonflower. Bend the knees just like you did before this time. Bring your elbows to your sides. Spread your fingers wide with the palms out. And then inhale. Straight arms, straight legs. Exhale. And exhale. Sitting down. Drawing the elbows in. Good. Moonflowers. Reach those petals up toward the sun and then sit down. One more. Good job. I think we're all warmed up. So now we're going to tell a little story. One of my favorite things about autumn is to look at all of the beautiful trees outside and how the leaves change color and then they fall all around on the ground and they just cover the grass and they look so beautiful. They just make the beautiful earth so colorful. I love it. So we're going to tell a little story about a tree. Except we're going to come down and we're going to be a little seed in the soil. So we're going to start in our child's pose. And in child's pose, we're going to bring our knees together down toward the mat. Just starting here in our child's pose. A little seed in the soil, unnoticed, small, but so much can happen. Take a breath here. And then what does a tree need to grow? Do you know? Sunshine? Rain? All right, so let's be rain with our palms. We're going to go pat, pat, pat. Just make little pat sounds with the hands. Little raindrops on the ground, giving some water to our seed. And the rain's going to get a little harder. A little faster. A little faster. And sprouts. Out sprouts our little tree sapling. Reach your sprout out of the soil. Look around. Smell the fresh air. And we're going to grow a little bit more. So grow your tree up. We're going to slowly come all the way up to standing. Growing a tall tree. And we're going to bend our knee. We're going to bring it out. So it's going to point directly out to the side. Bring the bottom of the foot to the other leg. So not on top of your knee, right below it on the leg. Now, strong tree needs strong roots. So we're going to focus on the toes that are standing on the mat. Your big toe, your baby toe, all four corners of your foot, those are your roots of the tree. Standing firm, grounding into the mat. And a strong tree has a strong trunk too. So we're going to engage the muscles of our trunk. So that's the muscles behind you and your backside, the muscles in the belly, behind the belly button. And then when we're ready to grow our tree a little more, we're going to reach our branches up. And we're going to let the wind shake us just a little bit. Wave those branches in the air. Letting the leaves fall down a little bit toward the earth. And then we're going to roll on down so we can grow another tree. So let's find our forward fold. This is when we reach down to touch our toes. And let's grow another tree. So inhale and roll up and bring the other foot to the leg. Pointing that knee directly out to the side. And find your strong tree. The roots, those toes on the mat, the trunk of the tree, and reach your branches up. What color are your leaves? Mine are red and yellow. Be a smiling tree. Wave the branches. And then we're going to fold down again. Bring the hands together. Slowly fold down and bring the tree back. Find your fold. Good job. Let's come down to sit. Now I'm going to teach you about 3 points of alignment in yoga. So oftentimes you'll hear yoga teachers talking about the crown of your head. Let's make a little crown. Pretend you're putting a crown on your head. That's the crown of your head. Then you have your heart. And you have your tail. So bring your hands to where your tail would be. And teachers oftentimes will talk about things like lifting the crown of your head, shining your heart forward, sitting your tail down, and knowing where they are will help us to understand how to do our yoga poses. So let's play a little game. I'm going to say head, heart, or tail, and when I do, I'm going to bring your hands to where they are. Ready? Head, Good job. I think you know, you got it. Now let's talk about breathing, yoga breathing. And today I brought my breath ball. So this breath ball helps us to see what our lungs should be doing when we take a full, strong breath, a yoga breath. And we're going to do it just in and out through the nose. We're going to keep our lips together. But as I stretch and expand the ball, we're going to breathe in and we're going to expand the lungs using all of the space in our lungs to get a full, strong breath. And then as we exhale, we're going to let all the stale air out in our exhale, and the breath ball is going to come together again. So let's do that together and just follow the breath ball. In and out through the nose. Letting the chest expand, and then slow exhale. The breath ball's moving slow. Is your breath moving slow? Good job. One more. Good yoga breath. Let's put our breath ball aside. And let's move so our feet are touching all the way up to the top of the mat. We're going to reach forward to grab our toes. You can bend your knees if you need to. Grab the toes. Stretch out the legs. And then we're going to roll back onto our backs. Coming down flat, stretching the arms above the head, reaching the feet below. Take an inhale, making your body tall, stretch. And then we're going to use those muscles behind the belly button again to exhale and roll up to touch the toes. And then inhale back. And exhale up, touch the toes. And inhale back. And exhale up. Good job. Reaching forward to grab the toes. One more. All right. Let's reach all the way back again. Stretch the arms. Make yourself tall. And then we're just going to roll over onto our bellies. So here's our shoulders. We're going to spread our fingers wide like starfish and bring them so they're underneath our shoulders on the mat. Bottoms of our feet are on the mat too. And we're going to use the strength in our lower back, so not our hands, but our lower back, to inhale and peel the chest off the mat. And then we're going to hiss, because this is snake pose. So just lift your cobra head and hiss, looking around, feeling the air, hissing at your neighbor, but friendly like. Make your cobra just a little bit taller. And then rest back down again. Good job. There's a lot of animals in yoga. A lot of poses that are named after animals. So you just learned the snake pose. There's also the puppy pose. And so in puppy pose, we're going to start right here on our hands and knees. So we're going to walk the stretching through the arms and the back, and the tailbone is reaching. So you learn where our tail is. Let's wag our puppy tail. And then let's come up onto our hands and knees again. There's other poses that are named after animals. I know that you can probably think of a lot of animal names, and I bet I could find a pose for it. I'm going to show you a few. There's a cat pose. For all of you who like cats, we're going to arch the back like a cat, looking back at our knees. And then we're going to inhale into cow, moo if you want. We're going to reach our heart forward. We're going to lift the crown of the head and then arch the back and cat again. And bring it back to cow. One more time. And bring the heart forward. Reach the crown of the head up. Good job. Does anyone like turtles? There's also turtle pose. I like this one. So come down to sit, and then we're going to bring the knees wide, and we're going to bring the bottoms of the feet to the mat. So we're opening the knees, and then we're going to bring the hands behind the ankles and bring the palms to the mat. Now let's inhale and press our heart forward, coming out of our turtle shell. And then exhale, we're going to roll into our turtle shell. And then inhale again. And then roll into your turtle shell. Back into the shell, and go ahead, bring the hands out from behind the ankles, and we're going to come down to lie onto our backs. So this is how we end our yoga classes. We come down to our mat, flat on our backs, move around a little bit, get comfy. And then we're going to close our eyes. And we're going to connect with our breath. So we're going to imagine we have a feather right here on the end of our nose. Balancing that feather. And as we inhale through the nose, the lips are closed. That feather sticks to the nose, but then we exhale slowly, controlling the breath, and just imagine that feather lifting up and away from the face. And then inhale again, the feather comes back down. And exhale. Just connect with that picture. Just imagining. Exhale, imagine the breath through the nostrils. Pressing the feather back up and away from the face. And we use our breath to bring us into a rhythm of stillness where we can just rest in the silence around us. Which is a hard thing to do, but it takes practice, and it's so good for you. learned so much and did so great today. Thank you for joining